All right, Carol, very nice to meet you. How are you today?
I'm sorry, I messed
That's
up.
okay.
It's so great to meet you as well.
Okay, we were talking over each other. So I was looking at your resume. I see that you've done some temp work recently. And then I started telling you about a job that I'm hiring for, and you just lit up, started to tell me about your typing and your data entry skills. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your work experience? I'll give you the floor.
Well, I went to school to be a medical transcriptionist, and I am an awesome keyboarder. I've done medical transcription for doctors, and I've worked in rehabs doing medical transcription. I'm very accurate. I'm very fast, and I've got other office skills. I did an administrative job in a medical office at the Florida United Methodist Children's Home, and I just set appointments, and I answered the phone, and I filed a lot of heavy. I worked on a computer. I worked on computer databases. I uploaded documents and put them into files for children that they would come in. And then when the children would get discharged, I would type up discharge papers for them, and I would upload them into the computer, and I would send the child with their medications, and they would go either to another facility, or they would be adopted, or find another foster home. And so I did all of the documents and all the documentation and all of the administrative work for a nurse and the doctor that were in that facility. And
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And so then you were telling me about your typing skills. I was impressed. You said about 80 words a minute.
I can type about 80 words a minute, and I'm very well practiced. And I took a lot of keyboarding classes over the years, and I'm very accurate and I'm very fast. I can do high volumes of work. The doctor that I worked with would give me probably 20 files at a time, and I'd be done the next day with all of it. And I am very fast and I'm very accurate.
I was
And
just going to ask that next question about your detail and your accuracy.
yes, I very much enjoy doing it, and I'm very fast and I'm very accurate.
Okay, great. And then as far as your work style, do you prefer to work independently or as part of a team?
I'm great independently. I can meet deadlines. I can be left to my own devices, and I get all of my work completed. I'm very regimented. I got a very I'm so sorry. I am very focused on my duties, and I prioritize my work. And
Okay.
with the team, I do great with the team as well. I'm a team
Okay.
player, and I enjoy, working with others, but I do really good on my own.
Okay. And then in the doctor's office, you mentioned about getting, 20, 25 files. That is a rather repetitive task. How do you how do you come in and do almost the same thing every day? How do you keep your motivation?
I just really focus on when you work for a doctor doing that. A lot of times you're listening, or sometimes you're reading shorthand, which I can do as well. And I can look at the way that the person wrote, and you just really zero in on what you're doing and focus. And I just take one assignment at a time, and
Mhm.
and I work on it, and then I look over it. I make sure it's perfect, and then I go on to the next one. And then I'll send all the files over to the doctor, and she would look them over, and then she would say, okay, this is great, these are done, and we would move on to the next grouping of files, and
Okay.
focused on every item, and it kept me busy.
Sure. That's definitely one way I think to make the day go quickly is to be very busy. What about your software skills? How are you in Microsoft Office, Excel, Google?
I use Microsoft Office all the time, and
Okay.
I've been using it for years. Also, Excel, I'm pretty good at doing Excel, and Google Docs, and
Yeah.
very good at learning new programs. I've learned so many different programs at different places, and I catch on really, really fast. So
Great.
yeah, that's never a problem. I learn very quickly.
All right. Let's see here. And so your last position, you were admin assistant working for one of our partners through another temp agency. Let's see here. You were doing data entry, proofreading, database work there. Let's see. And then before that, you were maintaining online sales, and then before that was at the children's home. All
Yeah,
right, great. And when are you available to start at a new assignment?
I could start as soon as possible.
All right, great. All right, I'm going to stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We got a few more things to chat about.
Okay.